Why projects fail. Getting to the root of the problem. You ever notice how some problems keep coming back? It's like they have a life of their own, refusing to be solved, like a leaky faucet you can't seem to fix. No matter how many times you tighten the valve, the drip 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 continues. In the world of projects, those leaks can turn into floods if we don't figure out what's really causing them. A small issue can snowball into a major problem, halting progress and costing time and money. Projects fail for a lot of reasons, but one of the biggest is that we don't always find the real problem. We often focus on the symptoms rather than the root cause. We slap on a bandage without cleaning the wound. Temporary fixes might work for a while, but they don't solve the underlying issue. We might fix the symptom, but the underlying issue festers. It's like treating a fever without addressing the infection causing it. That's where something called root cause analysis comes in handy. It's a systematic approach to identifying the root causes of problems. It's about putting on our detective hats and figuring out why something went wrong in the first place. Just like detectives gather clues to solve a mystery, we gather data to uncover the root cause. Just like a leaky faucet, there's always a reason behind the drip. It could be a worn-out washer, a loose valve, or something more complex. Root cause analysis helps us find that reason so we can fix it for good. By addressing the root cause, we can prevent the problem from recurring and ensure the success of our projects. Root cause analysis. Playing detective in project management. Imagine you're a detective on a case. There's been a robbery, and your job is to find out who did it. You don't just look at the broken window, you look for clues, fingerprints, and motives. Root cause analysis is like being that detective, but instead of a crime, we're investigating project problems. We're looking for the root cause, the main reason something went wrong. Maybe a deadline was missed. Was it because the team didn't have enough time? Or perhaps the project scope was not clearly defined? Or was there another reason, like a delay in getting materials? Sometimes it could be due to unforeseen circumstances or miscommunication. Root cause analysis helps us separate the symptoms from the actual disease. It's about digging deeper, beyond the obvious issues. It's about asking why until we get to the bottom of things. For instance, if a machine breaks down, we don't just fix it, we ask why it broke down. Was it due to lack of maintenance or perhaps a design flaw? By continuously asking why, we uncover the layers of the problem, leading us to the true root cause. This way, we can implement solutions that prevent the issue from recurring. In project management, playing detective with root cause analysis ensures that we address the real issues, leading to more successful and efficient projects. The 5 whys. Asking why, until you find the answer. One of the simplest ways to do root cause analysis is with a technique called the 5 whys. This method is incredibly effective in uncovering the underlying issues that may not be immediately apparent. It's exactly what it sounds like, asking why 5 times or more to get to the root of the problem. This iterative questioning technique helps peel away the layers of symptoms to reveal the core issue. Let's say a piece of equipment broke down on a construction site, causing a delay. This delay can have a ripple effect, impacting the entire project timeline and increasing costs. Why? Because a critical part failed. This initial failure is just the tip of the iceberg. Why? The part was faulty. But we need to dig deeper to understand why this part was faulty in the first place. Why? It wasn't installed correctly. Incorrect installation can often be traced back to human error or lack of proper procedures. Why? The installation team didn't have the right training. Proper training is crucial for ensuring that all team members are competent in their roles. Why? There was no system in place for training new employees on that equipment. Without a structured training program, mistakes are bound to happen. See how each why gets us closer to the real issue? By continuously asking why, we can identify the root cause rather than just addressing the symptoms. In this case, it wasn't just a faulty part, it was a lack of training that led to the breakdown. Addressing this root cause can prevent future issues and improve overall efficiency. Implementing a robust training program can ensure that all employees are well prepared, reducing the likelihood of similar problems occurring in the future. By using the 5 whys technique, we can create a more reliable and efficient work environment, ultimately leading to successful project completions and satisfied stakeholders. Fishbone diagrams and fault trees. Visualizing the problem. Sometimes it helps to see the problem laid out in front of us. That's where tools like fishbone diagrams and fault trees come in. A fishbone diagram looks like, well, a fishbone. The head of the fish is the problem, and the bones are the potential causes, grouped into categories. A fault tree is more like a family tree, but instead of relatives, it shows all the events that could lead to a failure. These visual tools help us see the big picture and identify all the possible factors that contributed to the problem. Section 5. Digging deeper. It's not always obvious. The tricky thing about root cause analysis is that the most obvious answer isn't always the right one. It's like a magician's trick. What you see on the surface might be a distraction. That's why it's important to dig deeper. Don't just settle for the first answer you find, keep asking why and challenge your assumptions. Remember, we're trying to find the root cause, not just a contributing factor. It's about understanding the whole system, not just the individual parts. Section 6. Corrective action, fixing the problem for good. Once we've identified the root cause, it's time to take action. Corrective action is about finding solutions that address the root cause, not just the symptoms. This usually involves 1. Brainstorming, coming up with as many potential solutions as possible. 2. Evaluating, analyzing the pros and cons of each solution. 3. Implementing, putting the chosen solution into action. The goal is to prevent the same problem from happening again. We want to fix the leaky faucet, not just keep mopping up the floor. Section 7. Keeping an eye on things, monitoring and review. Just because we've implemented a solution doesn't mean our work is done. It's important to monitor the situation and make sure the corrective action is actually working. This might involve tracking data. Are we seeing fewer errors? Have deadlines improved? Getting feedback? Are people finding the new process easier to follow? Monitoring helps us catch any unintended consequences and make adjustments as needed. It's about continuous improvement, always striving to do better. Section 8. Real-world fixes from factories to software. Root cause analysis and corrective action are used in all sorts of industries, from manufacturing to healthcare to technology.
Imagine a factory where a machine keeps breaking down. Root cause analysis might reveal that the machine isn't being calibrated properly, leading to excessive wear and tear. The corrective action could be implementing a regular calibration schedule and training operators on proper maintenance.
In software development, a bug might be traced back to a miscommunication between the design and development teams. The solution could be implementing a more collaborative design process with clearer communication channels. These are just a couple of examples of how root cause analysis and corrective action can lead to real-world improvements.
Section 9. RCA and CA, your keys to project success. Root cause analysis and corrective action might sound complicated, but they're really just about being a good detective and finding practical solutions. By taking the time to understand the why behind our problems, we can prevent them from happening again and again, and that means more successful projects, happier teams, and a whole lot less stress for everyone involved. So next time you're facing a project roadblock, remember to put on your detective hat and ask why. You might be surprised at what you discover. And if you need help, Gatekey Engineering can be of service.